It's the NFL on EA Sports, and the question is, are you ready for some football? It's the Detroit Lions and the New England Patriots, and it comes your way next.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, Mass. Coming up, we got a good matchup on tap here, as it'll be the Detroit Lions taking on the New England Patriots. Happy to be on hand. I'm Brandon Gaudin with Charles Davis. And before we kick, partner, your keys to the game, please.
Well, my keys are on the defensive side of the ball for both teams. And the big one, making sure you avoid giving up the big play. These safeties are going to get tested all game long. Their job, keep the ball in front of them, tackle people, make them run extra plays in order to try and score.
Two teams more than ready to get this one started. And we are underway in Foxborough. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. So now the Patriots getting set to take over on offense. And they will be led out by their 6'4" quarterback.
His ability to adjust on the fly is almost unmatched in the game right now, because it leads to a couple of snaps per game where you just sit back and ask yourself, how did he pull that off? Opponents can practice and prepare each and every week all they want, but this guy, he is hard to corral.
A quick pass out to Juju. Some fancy footwork, but not much room to operate. Just up past the 25 and no further. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down. They'll run it. This is Ramondre Stevenson. And not a whole lot there. Maybe a yard to the 27.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. Now back to throw. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Aiden Hutchinson coming in to drop him for a loss of 8. And it also brings up 4th.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. So on 4th down, here's Bryce Behringer on to punt for the Patriots. A good kick, 49 yards, just 3 on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. They'll be led out by the first overall selection of the 2016 draft. From Cal, it's Jared Goff.
If you ask coaches at any level to design their ideal leader of a team, I think they're going to check every box with this guy. He's got the poise to handle responsibility. He stays calm under any kind of pressure, and he brings out the best of his teammates each and every week.
Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Nice chunk of yards on 1st down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on 2nd. You go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
They'll work from the 36 on 2nd and 6. Another run for Gibbs here. And he'll get about 3 out of that, up to the 39-yard line. He's brought down at the 39-yard line. 3. Here's Goff. It's complete to Williams. And he is going to have a Lions first down, although it doesn't appear to be by much. He needed 4, and he got 4 on 3rd down. Well, they kept it simple there, CD, only needing the short gain to move the chains, so they didn't want to go with a deep throw. They just go with that safer, shorter throw and able to convert.
Nothing wrong with that at all, partner. Check the box, right? Make sure you pick up the first down. Offense is getting established. You're moving the ball. You're not turning it over. Check, check, check. They like what they're doing early in the game.
Holding offense. Don't do us like that.
So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty. A shotgun snap for Goff. A little short pass here taken in by Laporta. It's a big play, yet amazingly, because of how far they had to go, they're still looking at a 2nd down here.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. Now 2nd and 3. Now Goff. Now that'll be caught by St. Brown. And St. Brown going to have the Lions first down as he'll be taken down at the 46.
A 5-yard gain on the play. First down, Detroit.
So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46. Gibbs straight ahead, able to push his way through. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. He'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy's setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now run by Gibbs, and not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
To throw on 2nd down is gone. He's got right on the short throw. So the completion good for 7 there. And it'll leave him with 3rd and a full yard to go. Well, safe to say the passing game has found a rhythm. He's now 4 of 4, but might need to be 5 of 5 to keep this drive going here as they face a 3rd down.
And maybe perhaps you show a running play, right? Maybe a little play action here to go ahead and let him throw the ball downfield. I wouldn't get away from him flinging it because 4 for 4 already. I think he's got a good chance of picking this one up here on 3rd down.
Call it no gain on the play as it takes us to the end of the first quarter. No score after 1 on EA Sports. The Lions with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter as they've got it with 4th down and 1. Running for it, Montgomery. And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. He needed a yard. He didn't get anything. And this 10-play drive winds up yielding nothing.
Partner, when you see a running play stop short like that, you just know that the defensive front, they won the battle of leverage and created the push back into the opposing backfield.
And for the offensive coordinator, whether you had 1 yard to go or 20 yards to go on 4th down, now you're probably saying, oh, maybe I should have passed it, right?
Yeah, hindsight is always 20/20.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Open man is Kendrick Bourne. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. It'll go as a gain of 25 on a play that started back at the 25.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
Stevenson now on 1st and 10. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, Linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Here's 2nd and 10. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
I tell you what, that's a veteran play from a guy in his first season in the NFL. A lot of rookies will try and force something there. He thought better of it, and that was the right decision.
So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since. They'll look to throw. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Marcus Davenport, the first rounder out of UTSA with a sack. 3rd and long, you knew that he was going to throw it. He just couldn't find anybody to throw it to.
Yeah, and it shouldn't have been a surprise, but that was perfect execution of their nickel defense. That 5th defensive back, the extra defender, he really tightened up things downfield in coverage, and they were able to get to him in the pocket.
Here's Bryce Behringer on now to punt. This is taken at about the 14. They'll net only 35 here following a 43-yard boot, 8-yard return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Back onto the field come the Lions for their 2nd overall drive. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go-around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you've got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. He'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a 1st down. His first carry of their 2nd drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their 1st drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurdling through them.
Now a 1st down throw. Goff. That pass caught. It's Williams. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play on the football.
So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 right at the 40. Here's Goff. Over the middle, complete. That's Gibbs. Short completion, just 4 yards, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
And he's going to take this down close to the 1st as he's brought down at the Patriots 32.
And there was some on the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On 3rd down, here's Gibbs. And he's able to pick up the 1st down here before he goes down at the 26. 2nd quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. A pickup of 5 that time and a 1st down. Here's Goff. He's got it to Williams. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's 2nd down.
Timing is so important on a route like this because he's going to line up out right, then cut straight across the field. I think the ball might have come out a count or two too late because by the time he was able to secure it, not much of a chance to turn it upfield.
2nd and 5. Gone. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete.
But there's an incompletion, partner, and the struggles through the air continue because so far their lack of passing production has led to a lack of points.
They'll break the huddle and come up on the 9th play of this drive, needing 5 yards on 3rd down. From the gun, here's Goff. This to Laporta, right side. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Michael Badgley ready for the field goal try. It's a 39-yard attempt, right hash. Badgley able to punch this one through. And we have action on the scoreboard just before halftime. It's 3-0. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Let's go, man.
Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And this will come out to the 25 as Jones elects for the touchback. New England's offense set to go. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. His throw incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. They're going to look to throw. Throw left side, complete. That's Douglas. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
That's what it is. That's what it is, baby.
Now a 3rd and 6. Back to throw here. Into the hands of Smith-Schuster on the crossing pattern. The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Right there, we can do it.
Here's Bryce Behringer now.
Formation for the Patriots.
He's been a busy man here in this 1st half as he gets it away. Fielded just inside the 20. A very good punt, but a 16-yard return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Jahmyr Gibbs and the Lions offense getting set once again. The passing game, they've had more success there than the running game. Maybe something they game plan for.
How come they didn't tell us about it?
Because they wanted to keep it a secret.
We did ask, didn't we? But I think what happened in this one is they've realized that they've established the run pretty well, and teams are going to key on that. They thought they could open it up and have success through the air, and that's exactly what's going on.
Yeah, they've had success, at least so far here in the 2nd quarter.
And they're not going to go quietly into this halftime break. They know they're in for a fight, so they're trying to make every possession count. They took the big shot there, but it winds up incomplete.
On 2nd down, here's Goff. That's into the hands of Donovan Peoples-Jones. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a 1st down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target, and he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage. scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme, and you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here. And now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. Badgley's kick is good. So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
So barring a touchback, this likely the final act of the half as the kick is away. On the return, Marcus Jones from the end zone. So a couple of field goals, that's all we've been able to muster through 2 quarters of play. 6-0 is our count at the break. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, back to you two in just a bit. But first, welcome everyone to downtown Orlando and our EA Sports Halftime Report. This has certainly been a fun one to watch so far. We knew this was going to be a battle, and we have not been disappointed. This is the kind of game that could wind up hinging on which side can play mistake-free football the rest of the way.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. The Lions in the lead, and they're going to get the football first as well as the second half is underway. And the half will begin with a touchback. The Lions offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime. As they began this drive, I was wondering how they were going to attack since they're playing with the lead. Would they continue to try and push the ball downfield? Well, after one play, it appears that the answer is yes.
So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. From the gun, Gibbs will get it. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
Here's a 2nd and 8. They'll go again with Gibbs. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's 3rd down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, possessions, taking their time, and making it work.
A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. A big play that time on the catch and run. And it'll give him a fresh set of downs.
Now what we're seeing, this is much better from this offense because so far in this game, no touchdown to this point. And what's usually a direct correlation? Very few explosive plays. That's been their issue. Not able to make that big shot downfield or break one off, but a nice gain there for a first down.
Now Goff on first down. That's complete to Laporta. The broken tackle could not free him as he's brought down at the 10-yard line. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it'll be 2nd down. Now back to the ground. Here's Gibbs. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it's going to make it 3rd down and 6. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Throwing on 3rd. Goff. And it's intercepted at the goal line. It's Kyler Duggar who picks it. And the Patriots force the turnover. And they'll take over at the 10. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the 3rd quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this 3rd quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
So here are the Patriots now. They get ready for their first possession of half number 2. Their defense did its job, forcing the takeaway there to start the half, and now can the offense follow suit?
And you'd better believe that one side of the ball feeds off the work of the other, so they'll want to come out, establish some rhythm, and go down and take the lead.
And some room for him there as he'll take this up to about the 15. Fitu Melifonwu up to make the tackle there.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Now 2nd and 5. He'll drop to throw. And he couldn't get that one to his man. Short of him, it's low and incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there's not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
The Patriots send out their punter, standing just about on his own goal line. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And Detroit getting set to go now. Their defense has pitched the shutout. Now they probably need to deliver a little breathing room, maybe make it a 2-score game as they've got it 1st and 10. Throw left side, caught by Laporta. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
He's a rookie, and you don't want to get hung up on the word potential. But when you see him make catches like that, you keep thinking to yourself, he's good now. He's got a chance to be great with plenty of work.
Out of the gun, they'll give to Gibbs. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the 1st down.
Going back to Gibbs on first down. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. 61 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Here's 2nd and 3. Here's Gibbs. Well, they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37. Well, now after all of this, hang on here because he appears to be shaken up. We'll get a report when we return to Foxborough. So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. They'll try the middle with Montgomery. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. Back now in Foxborough. Ball on the 36 now. Here's 2nd and 9. Back to throw. Goff. And that's going to be caught by Peoples-Jones. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Goff. He'll get it inside the 20. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots 19. 12 yards on 3rd down as the drive rolls on.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there, because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Montgomery back to the ground. They'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
This drive's taken more than 3 minutes off the clock already as they come up on 2nd down. Now it's Goff off the bootleg. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. And the Pats are right back in this football game. A critical error there in a tight game of the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter. Turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
Douglas, the man in motion. And they're going to give it to him on the jet sweep. And that is not fooling anyone. He never had a chance to turn the corner there. And they'll go backwards right away. Marcus Davenport brought him down, the UTSA product. That's the danger, Charles, of running plays like this for your wide receiver. They can hit big or they can be duds.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that, because if they're forced to try and go around defenders behind the line of scrimmage, sometimes you can give yardage in order to gain it. But in this case, they gave yardage and didn't get it back.
They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Give him 5 yards there, and it's enough for the first.
There are a lot of different formulas to winning football, but one constant over the years, winning on third down. That pickup there was big because they had struggled throughout this one.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And he'll let this go deep for Bourne. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
That was for the lead right there. They know they're in a position where fortune favors the brave. So they took their shot, but couldn't connect.
Now a 2nd and 10. They'll set up a throw. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. He'll look to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Just because you've got the lead in the 4th, it doesn't mean you have to play it safe. I like the aggressive play call there to push it downfield. That time, it didn't work out.
The Patriots send out their punter as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And a fair catch called for and made just outside the 15-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And Detroit back in possession of the football. And a close game like this, Charles, those interceptions like they had on the last drive could be costly. But here they've got another opportunity to seize control of this game.
And they'd better take advantage of it, because otherwise, if they end up losing by 1 score, they'll relive this over and over and over until they have another opportunity to wipe it away.
You know, I was going to ask you if maybe they should surprise and pass the ball, but where they're at on the field, I think keep it on the ground, right?
I like where you're going with this one, because field position is going to determine these play calls. And backed up where they are, I don't even think about putting the ball in the air. I tell my running backs, grasp the football, and I tell my offensive line, don't allow any leaks so they get hit immediately when we hand it off.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ball game. Now this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. And he is going to have the 1st down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd. Now the Patriots will use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll go to Montgomery to try to wind some clock. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. The Patriots will take their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Montgomery on the counter. And he will have a Lions 1st down, and that's the one that should seal a victory.
I like that run right there, partner. Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation, and taking care of the football, paramount, and he got it done.
Nursing that slim lead, you're exactly right. Hold on to that ball. And the Lions will take the knee here with victory in the cards. Goff with a kneel down here, and that should put a conclusion to this one.
Brandon, I can just tell you from experience, there's nothing like pitching a shutout on defense, but even more so when it's a tight game. I mean, when every defensive play is crucial and you don't give up any points, boy, they're going to feel awfully good about themselves after this one.
Yeah, exactly. The offense wasn't humming, but, hey, all they needed was you can't score 1 point. All they needed was 2 points. Well, you can't score 2 points on offense. All they needed was at least 3, and they got what they needed.
They got what they needed. Exactly right.
So this one's over. It's a win for the Detroit Lions, and not all W's are created equal, CD, and this one came in shutout fashion.
Well, their offense certainly didn't need to do anything, right? They could take the day off, and they did. But the defense, they carried them in a big way.
Yeah, look, the offense, obviously stuff to work on, but they did enough, and the defense carried the load.
But you know what they say, it's always fun to work on things if it didn't go well in your game with a victory in your pocket, and that's what they've got going forward.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gunn, and this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. And with that, we say so long from Foxborough.